Madison Horan, the freshman middle blocker, good defensively in there, adding some offense out of the middle.
Sam Crossan and the Bears looking for a side out. McConnell Meyer, number 23, has checked in for Cal. Trying to get something going on the pins. Really trying to get anything going. Free ball for the Trojans. And another point for USC. What a start for the visitors.
It's unbelievable because Sam has already taken a timeout, so he's like, hey, we just got to reset, make it happen. They shifted Bailey Huizenga back into the passing lineup, but they still need to pass well enough to get Presley Anderson the ball as an attacker.
Adams moving all over that service line. And here's Meyer. Dug up by Reagan LeGrand. Huizenga. Dug up by Lathrow. And USC again.
It's the first contact right now for USC, excuse me, for Cal. None of the touches are going forward, so they're always setting from off the net and putting their hitters at a disadvantage. Here, Lanier just wins the battle on that tight set.
Already 3 kills for Kalia. Meyer blocked.
Please get Presley Anderson the ball. That pass is good enough. Force it, make it happen. Presley, yell for the ball. Say, feed me the ball.
Instead, they go out to the sophomore from Burbank, who's blocked. 10-0 USC here in our first set. And talk about a blessing for the Golden Bears.
Service error for USC gives Cal the ball, but they have a lot of work to do.
So here is that junior middle you've been talking about, Presley Anderson. USC will go quick to their middle. And finally, a side out for the Bears. You hear the crowd just waiting to get into it.
Exactly. That's the first earned point for Cal. And now they can exhale and start relaxing and playing and believing that they can play at a much higher level than we've seen so far.
Senior lefty Bailey Huizenga with determination. And Lanier. Gosh, bottom just drops out of that one.
Well, Kalia Lanier pulled her pass, so she got a high set from off the net, which allows the Cal block to set up, and she still hits with range and power in that sharp angle. That's tough to stop.
And that's something that you talked about in the Open, the fact that they've kind of changed the setting to Lanier specifically throughout the season.
Well, they've been trying to, in the past year, they tried to go really fast to her and to create opportunities, and she was just out of rhythm offensively. So now they go to that high ball where she gets her feet to the ball and creates her own opportunities, and she's able to score.
Connor Meyer that time, the sophomore with a kill for Cal.
Out of system swing, but good, hard, high seam by Meyer.
So Huizenga back to the service line. And they finally set their middle, and look at that, determination from Lauren Forte.
Finally, a middle attack. They didn't connect on the last time, but able to get her the ball. She is long and lethal. This is a little slower tempo middle set, but it works in transition, getting the middles involved for Cal.
Redshirt sophomore out of Tempe. Coach said had the worst match of her season down at USC, and she's going to be a big key, as you've mentioned, Holly, if they want to even the season series here today. Well done by Belizzi to slide in and dig that ball.
How about Jasmine Gross, number 11? She is so good laterally as a defensive blocker. She gets out and closes that block to Lanier to score that point.
And that was a great example as to why Jasmine's second in the Pac-12 in total blocks and blocks per set this season. Here's the freshman, Amelia Vesca. Going deep cross court for the kill.
McConnell Meyer providing some fire on the left side, but I'll tell you, Cals need to clean up their pass. They need to pass in front of the 3-meter line so they're not constantly out of system and they have more offensive options.
So sophomore DS, Jessica Houghton in to serve for the Bears. Meyer already with 2 kills for Cal in this first set. She had 2 in the entire 3-set match against UCLA on Friday. So good start for number 23 in white. And you're going with the roll shot that time, taking a little off it.
Well, Kalia Lanier, she's established her power. Everybody knows she can crush the ball, and that puts the defenders on their heels. That allows that little roll shot in the middle to drop so easily.
I think one of the most impressive things that Kalia's done this season, not just the number of kills, but the percentage. She's hitting 1,000 so far today. She's 4 for 4.
That doesn't surprise me the way she's playing. I think she looks like she's having a lot of fun. The leadership, Brent Crouch talks about her leadership. We talk about her numbers. Yeah, she's amazing. But the leadership she brings to this team has been really impressive, especially amidst all the injuries and the struggles they've been dealing with, because this is a USC team that has lots of weapons.
And that's, I think, the thing that Brent Crouch and USC are probably most excited about. Forte pounds it to the floor, ending a nice rally by both sides.
How about that? Lauren Forte with a nice cutback, but the range that she attacks that ball, high contact point, tough to stop for Cal. That's one of the bonuses of running that middle of attack, high percentage play.
And just to finish that previous conversation, that's what I think USC is most excited about. As you mentioned, so many concussions and ankle sprains to Brooke Botkin, but hoping to have everybody healthy by postseason play.
Yeah, if they can stay 500, so they need a couple Pac-12 wins to stay there. Their RPI is 20, so they're in a good position. If they could all get healthy, you do not want to play USC in the national tournament. I'm telling you, they are going to be dangerous.
14-11 on the season, 8-7 in Pac-12 play, but as Holly mentioned, 5 matches to go, so if they can win 1 more, even if they lost the rest of the season, they would be 15-15 to end the year, and that would be enough to get them in.
How about Emily Bautista? She played opposite last season. She's coming as a serving sub, coming back from a summer knee surgery. She is a weapon that they have missed all season long, and she's finally clear to play front row.
Yeah, I'm one of the many injured USC Trojans, just getting back into the swing of things.
Finally, left side, Maddie Haynes gets her first kill of the match.
That'll send the junior setter, Isabel Potter, back to the service line for the Bears. And a very quiet match against USC. First time around. Cal trying to claw their way back into this first set. They'll go on the slide to the middle, and it works. Madison Horn, you talked about her, my goodness.
Madison Horn has been doing a really solid job defensively, but I feel like she's finally finding her offensive rhythm, and it's because of that player right there. Raquel Lothero is doing a really nice job. She betters the ball, puts her hitters in good positions to score.
Leads the Pac-12 with 16 double-doubles on the season, just a sophomore out of Spain. Huizinga, don't think that one cleared the tape. It'll be a point for the Trojans.
Little quick combination to the lefty, Huizinga, number 20. Trying to go super sharp, but not clearing. Again, I do not think they're getting Presley Anderson the ball enough.
I've barely said her name in this first set. USC with a 10-point lead.
0 attempts.
And they won't go to her again. Maddie Haynes looking for that back corner, but sends it just a little bit too long. There's Presley. First on the team, second in the entire Pac-12 in hitting efficiency. At 8 kills, hit over 700 on Friday. She was really one of the few bright spots in that loss to UCLA. Got to get her the ball. Not this time, they'll go back to Haynes, and this time she finds that back corner.
Maddie Haynes is playing very confident volleyball for Cal, but in order to beat a very talented team like USC, you need to use all your strengths, and you're not using Presley Anderson when she's in the front row.
So Haynes with the kill, and now back to the line. Senior day for Maddie Haynes. One of 6 Cal seniors that were celebrated before the match. We'll show you that ceremony coming up later in today's broadcast. And Meyer right into the block of Amelia Vesca.
The freshman USC block, Vesca and Horan, solid. That's one of the areas that I think USC as a program has really improved their blocking. before you didn't talk about their blocking. Here it's a triple block, but the 2 freshmen get most of that. And Kayla knows the 3rd freshman sealing the triple block.
Yeah, the defensive future for these Trojans definitely bright. They outblocked Cal 15.5-4 in their win over the Golden Bears last month down at the Galen Center. But you're right, we often talk about their dynamic hitters like Lanier, so it is new to be talking about their block.
Definitely. Their offense is always good, but their defense is really improved. They're just looking for consistency.
Quick that time to the middle. And it works. It seems like every time I'm calling a middle's name, Holly.
Presley Anderson.
There you go.
She gets her first attempt and first kill.
Cal still with a big hole to dig themselves out of here in set number 1 after USC started the set on a 10-0 run. But both of these teams, so much resiliency already this season. So no doubt that both could come back from a deficit like this. Tool in the block that time. McConnell-Meyer with the points.
Smart reset and tool of the block by Meyer. They've been pretty consistent on the left side, going off the outside hand of Veska.
Know that the 6-1 outside for Cal, probably not going to be able to get it up and over that block, so well done to Tulitz. Oh, the cut shot from Lanier.
The contact point is high, and then the pace on the ball is tough to stop. If you don't get your platform out quick, you are not going to be able to get there. Emma Smith, one of the best defenders for Cal, cannot come up with that one.
So just like that, USC 4 points away from taking a 1-0 lead on senior day here at Haas. Another tough serve. Nice job by Meyer to recover that one. We have a net violation on the Bears, so another point for USC.
That slower tempo ball to Lauren Forte, and another misconnection between setter and middle attacker.
Now Cal has been going back and forth between the 5-1 and the 6-2 kind of all season, right, Holly?
They have, but now with Mima Mirkovic out, they have to double sub. They do not have a left-sider that's going to play 6 rotations, so they have to stay in that 5-1 or they'll run out of subs.
There's that high, slow set to Lanier, and she runs into the block of Lauren Forte.
Lauren Forte introduces herself with a huge block. Bailey Huizinga moves that block in, and then the left-hand press of number 11 in white. Fantastic block for Cal.
I think Lauren had heard enough of us talking about the USC block. Big one there, the first of the afternoon for Lauren Forte. But Lizzie diving to dig that one for the Bears. Tough one there.
Well, Cal's staying in the rally and putting pressure on USC to take multiple swings to put the ball away, and that's what you need to do if you're Cal. You need to stay in the rally, put the pressure on USC, and obviously a better start in the first set would have helped them.
Serving Lanier. That's who the Trojans will go back to. Quick to the middle that time, Jasmine Gross.
Rothrow loves to set Jasmine Gross, and you can see why. As a middle attacker, if you make yourself available, you're going to get the ball. I loved when my middle attacker would yell and say, hey, I'm here, and work to get themselves available in every situation.
So USC doing a nice job spreading around their sets here in this first set. 2 points from taking it. Rothrow setting Lanier, setting up set point number 1 for the women of Troy.
Lanier hit that so sharp that McConnell-Meyer, she was inside the 3-meter line, and it came like a bullet at her head. You got to have hands up and be ready for all sorts of angles when you're defending Khalil Lanier of USC.
7 kills in our first set, hitting 600 is Lanier. The middle, Forte. It works again, point for the Bears.
Really nice offensive range and a good feed by Potter. The confidence is so important between setter and middle attacker. And look at the range and the sharp angle by Lauren Forte of Cal.
6'3", redshirt sophomore. Hitting .359 here in Pac-12 play. Hitting even higher in conference play than she is overall. That's impressive. Set point number 2 for USC.
Really nice. When Cal focuses on that first contact, that defensive play, pushing Potter up to the net. When she's close to the net, that's when she's most confident setting those middle attackers.
And if nothing else, maybe Cal can gain a little confidence going into set 2 if they can go on a little run here.
Exactly. Momentum is so important in the sport of volleyball.
Tough set. Lanier sends it wide, so another point for Cal.
Lanier proves she's human. Just kind of missed that ball with her hand. You see she's got some type of patch on the back of her neck. Maybe woke up with a stiff neck.
Well, she has been swinging so much. I mean, I'm sore just reading her stats, Holly.
Exactly.
40 kills in one match last week. The ace from Houghton.
Houghton just hit a laser beam serve that ace Kayla Barr, who's been a fantastic DS for USC all season long.
So just like that, the Bears on a 4-0 run. Trying to get a little momentum. And that's going to do it for our first set. But as I mentioned, a good end to the first set, that serve aside for the Bears.
I agree. I think Cal was able to get some momentum that will lead them into that second set with some confidence.
So USC takes set number 1, set 2 after this.
Other thing, they were able to get Forte the ball for Cal in the middle 6 times, but Presley Anderson only once.
In case you're just joining us, Cal's 6 rotation, Mima Mirkovic out today. High ankle sprain Friday against UCLA, but we talked to her before the match and she is hoping to be back along with a lot of USC Trojans by the NCAA postseason. Both of these teams with a great shot at making the postseason.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, USC needs one strong conference win or any conference win that will put them in a good position because their RPI is 20. That's strength of schedule, and that helps get you into that NCAA tournament.
Yeah, so got a feeling that if they were able to knock off number 20 Cal, who has an RPI of 30, another great RPI, that could be enough to put the Trojans in for a 29th consecutive season. And they're hoping by then that everybody, including Brooke Botkin, would be healthy for USC.
Good defensive play there by Cal. Haynes missing that ball long. Here's a rotation where I'd love to see, it's a stack on the left, Huizinga, Haynes, and Anderson. I'd love to see a ball set to Presley Anderson in this rotation.
Lima on the bench there for Cal. Hands to her face. Bailey Huizinga.
Well, it's a nice double quick. Presley Anderson came in for the 1 set, and then Huizinga kind of the 1.5, so that put USC at a disadvantage.
Just one of the many Cal seniors with quite a story. They've all seemed to be on their own journeys. Bailey starting her career down at ASU, then coming here, moving into the starting lineup, and getting injured, then getting beat out for a position, and now shining in her senior season here in Berkeley. On sails long for USC, so already better energy, better start for Cal.
For sure, Cal's fighting hard to stay in that rally, which again puts the pressure on USC to put the ball away.
Maddie Haynes, another senior for these Bears. Grew up near Sacramento in the Rockland area. And she too is having a phenomenal senior campaign. USC with the point there.
Jasmine Gross so quick out of the middle. I like the passing so far of USC. They are delivering really good balls to Raquel Lothrow, who's very confident setting all her hitters. I feel like Cal can really pick up the pressure on their serve. They're not serving the ball tough enough.
Yeah, good point. Speaking of tough serves, an ace for USC.
Vesca goes sharp cross court into traffic. If you look at that right side of the court, camera left, you see a bunch of traffic. There's 4 players, and that's a good place to serve into.
Her team high 26th ace on the season, and she had 24 service attempts against the Bears down in USC. Brent Crouch said that was a big reason they were able to go on so many runs and knock off Cal.
Yeah, well, I was there at that match, and USC just took Cal completely out of their game. I think the entire match, maybe the Cal middles had 1 or 2 kills the entire match. So they were able to make Cal very uncomfortable.
10 aces on the season for Presley Anderson. And that one doesn't get over, so Anderson will head back to the line.
Tough serve right there, causes a little tweak in the pass, and USC unable to recover from that. That's what they need. Cal, more service pressure.
Meyer there getting the majority of the extra pin playing time with Mima out so far for the Bears. Great effort by Cal to get that one over. And then the slide for Jasmine Gross ends it.
Jasmine Gross, good in front of the setter, good behind the setter. That's the type of middle attacker you want in transition. She's yelling for it. One-on-one, sharp angle from USC's middle blocker.
She was one of 6 USC seniors celebrated before today's match here at Cal. Started her career at Pepperdine, ending it at Southern California. Lanier into the net. And yeah, that patch, gotta wonder if all the attacks, all the swings the last couple of weeks maybe catching up with her.
Well, I used to get a stiff neck. I know how it feels, but it looks like she's moving okay, which is nice.
Still 7 kills for Kalia. Yet to terminate in this second set. That's one of the reasons that Cal has a 6-4 lead. Well, finally, Cal able to put some service pressure, get some tweaks in the pass. Lanier just took her eye off the ball, and that one got away from her. Zinga, the Southern California native out of Temecula. Her coach says she's still always asking how she can be better for the team, and she sends that one long. I think anytime you've been part of a program where you have a new head coach every year, you just have to be all about the team, all about the program. Hey, I'm willing to do what it takes, but I'll tell you, Sam Crossan, the first-year head coach, really doing some amazing things, and all these players have bought in. He's been so impressed with the group. Brent Crouch in his second year at USC, as Holly mentioned. Sam in his first, and has the Golden Bears 20-5 coming into this one. 10-5 in Pac-12 play. Emily Batista is making a difference. That's her second ace in the match already. Just back, as Holly mentioned earlier, from a surgery of her own. We've just got the walking wounded here, slowly working their way back into volleyball shape. USC able to defensively stop Lauren Forte in the middle on that one. Horan, the freshman, doing a really nice job. Look at hands over the net quickly. Knowing where Lauren Forte likes to attack that ball is important. Madison Horan with the block for USC. Meyer, line shots. Love the confidence. Makana Meyer unafraid to turn that ball down the line and gets a kill for Cal. Yeah, seeing a different Makana Meyer than we have seen before. We're coming out with a ton of energy today here on senior day, maybe getting a more playing time than she's used to is helping. Well, I think she knows her team needs her, and volleyball is a team sport. When someone's out, you got to pick up the slack, and Makana Meyer's doing that on the left side for Cal today. So USC will challenge that previous Meyer termination. Their first challenge of the afternoon. Donna Hess, our down official, will have a look. Daphne Nelson is up on the chair today. They're challenging where this one landed. Hard to see from that angle with the tape right near the back. Exactly. They're lined up in the same exact spot. I mean, I know you're kind of a superhero, Holly, but I don't want to put you that much on the spot. Well, if I had a better view, I would definitely make the call. I can't read it if it's in front of me, but far away, I'm pretty good. This might be a better angle. Oh. What'd you think? We couldn't see it. You saw the ball bounce and it wasn't in our view. But the trajectory of the ball, led me to believe it was inside. Oh. Well, and speaking of trajectory, in the back row, she hits such a high percentage from the back row that it's not like you're ever at a disadvantage. A match high 8 kills for Lanier, hitting .462 for USC. Here's Lathrow. They go to the middle. Lauren Forte having a match. And Jessica Houghton, number 22 in white, delivers the perfect pass that allows Potter to feed Forte. Look at the range. Again, super high contact point. The blocker was there and still couldn't stop her. I have a feeling after she had, again, one of her worst matches of the year, hit for negative down at the Galen Center, that she would want to come out with some more energy here today. Cal has picked it up tremendously from the service line. They were serving lollipops until just about 10 minutes ago and really picked it up. Look at that ball moving towards O's, away from Lanier. That's a great location. Here's the sophomore, Gabby Belizzi. What a float serve that was. And a great pancake attempt by Morgan Wright, the senior. Cal bodies flying
everywhere defensively. I love that defensive energy. You want that. You want no balls dropping on your side of the court.
Freshman Kaylin O's there, number 5 in the black jerseys for USC. That was close. Almost thought that Wright got that one up. Bodies flying everywhere. And Cal earning the point that time.
That is a hustle play by Cal that allows them to score that play. Good things happen when you hustle. I like the fire from Gabby Belize, the libero for Cal. She is yelling and firing people up, inspiring the defense on the Cal side of the net.
Yeah, I mean, it may be senior day, Holly, but the sophomores, including Gabby there, doing really well. Jessica Houghton, McConna Meyer. Here's the junior, Isabel Potter.
Cal still with a 2-point lead. They've been able to make USC uncomfortable in serve receive, and they didn't do that at all in the first set. So that's a good sign now. They just need to side out and stay ahead of USC in the second set.
Yeah, looking like a different squad here in set 2. The senior libero for USC, Reagan LeGrand. Dig by Melizzi. And that one sails long, point Cal.
USC has 3 terminal hitters. That time Vesca does not get on top of that ball, sails it long. Cal able to get out of an out-of-system side-out play.
Great set by Lathrow just to get that one off the net. And then the payoff.
Jasmine Gross one-on-one in the middle. Great transition play for USC. That's why that first contact, no matter whether it's in serve receive or defense, this is a free ball. You want to nail this first contact, put it in your setter's hands, then puts all the pressure on the defense.
5 kills now for Gross. 12-11 Cal here in our second set. Presley Anderson, need to call her name more.
That's the way to get her the ball. I don't care where the set is. If it's in front of the 3-meter line, get her the ball. High percentage play. She gets all the way to the setter, and look at her kill with range down the line.
And nice set by Potter that time. So back to the service line for Anderson. Not using the jump serve that we're used to seeing from her. And that is our Pac-12 Freshman of the Year.
Well, Jenna Adams just nails the first contact. It's easy, and Lathrow knows what to do. She's got lots of weapons. She calls her own number, throws it down in the middle of the court.
Only Trojan to play every set coming into this weekend because of, as we've mentioned, all the injuries. But the continuity at that position, especially with such a high-level setter, has been key to USC's 14 wins. Key to Cal, if they get the win today, would be their middles like Lauren Forte.
For sure, that timing a little bit off on the connection, but Lauren Forte is long. She kind of hesitates, uses her range, and attacks through the seam of the block.
Leading the Bears with 6 kills. She's hitting 500 through our first couple of sets. Nice shot by Forte to get a hand on that one. And McConna Meyer is blocked. Jasmine Gross.
Jasmine Gross is so strong at closing that block, and Raquel Lathrow, the area she's probably improved the most besides her leadership is her blocking. Brent Crouch says she's a really solid blocking and really strong rotations with her in the front row.
Cal still with a 1-point lead in our second set, and that just a tough one off the hand of Meyer.
Well, anytime your setter's forced to bump set the ball, it's an out-of-system play, and you're kind of out of rhythm. You got to keep the ball in play, but that's a tougher swing for Meyer to take.
Emily Baptista has been serving great so far. Good pancake that time by Baptista. And the joust goes to USC.
Emily Baptista, her pancake dig. She's one of the key players who's been injured all season and just finally getting cleared to play for USC. If they get healthy, I'm telling you, they can make a big run in the NCAA tournament.
Oh yeah, especially because very few people will have film, right, on what a full-strength USC lineup could look like. 18 different starting lineups in their first 25 matches. Forte finishes that one for the Bears.
And it's funny, when we were talking to Brent Crouch and you said 18, he's like, 18? We're like, yeah, we study those things.
It was 17 going into Friday, but then you used an 18th different one at Stanford.
Amazing, amazing.
Amazing so far from that young woman as well. 7 kills now for Lauren Forte. They knew they were going to need players to step up with Mima Mirkovic out. High ankle sprain for Mima, but she was all smiles before today's match. Expects to be back by the NCAA postseason, if not the Pac-12 regular season finale for the Bears down at Stanford.
Madison Horn, the freshman, 3 kills on 5 attempts out of the middle. That's another bright spot. They look at her for defense, and now she's adding some offense as well. So that's a 5th offensive threat for USC.
Yeah, Madison enrolled early to play in the spring out of Munster, Indiana. Understandably so, right? A little bit warmer in Southern California in the spring months than probably her hometown. Another freshman, Kaylin Ose, who's been hurt. And the Bears continuing to play like a different squad here in set number 2.
Well, I've seen Kaylin Ose play a lot this season. She's very physical. She looks a little bit tentative today. And when she plays her best volleyball, she's not tentative. She had a rough match Friday, what they call a freshman match, where you just struggle. So she's got to rebound for that and just, you know, leave it in the past. Can't control that.
16 all here in set 2, make it 17-16, courtesy of number 17, Isabel Potter. Pardon me, are they going to call a net violation on that one?
Looks like it.
Sam Cross.
Sam saying the ball was down before she net.
Man, that's going to be a tough one. Crowd loving it. Sam beside himself. So great, Holly, that both coaches, Sam and Brent, just at the start of their Pac-12 coaching careers, both got to shout out Rob Browning, the head coach here at St. Mary's here in the Bay Area, that helped start both of their careers as we take another look at this play.
The little follow through of Potter, that's a good call. You're right, both these coaches, head coaches, started as assistants for Rob Browning. Actually, Brent Crouch replaced Sam Crossan
Yep.
on the bench. And then the other part of that coaching equation was Keegan Cook from Washington. So a very talented tree of coaches coming out of Rob Browning in the St. Mary's volleyball program. How about Madison Horan? Not only is she putting up some big offensive numbers, but defensively she has been so impressive.
Leading the way with 5 blocks for
the mission. They believe that Sam could help take them to the promised land. And I'll tell you, Sam's promise has been delivered, and so have the players on the team. They've really helped establish this program.
And you challenged them at the beginning of the year and said, so here's how it is. You can either be the last senior group to not make the NCAA tournament, or you can be the senior group that led Cal back to what I'm expecting will be a long run of getting to the NCAA tournament. I love that, and he said they took on that challenge. Maddie Haynes, the senior there with determination.
And she's one of those seniors who's been a part of this program from the very beginning. She's seen it all, and she's playing with such great range. Really worked on her offensive range.
Yeah, and one of the things Sam said about Maddie was, it's all about your last season. Maddie hasn't had, I think, the Cal career that she or any of her family teammates would want, but what an incredible senior campaign she's had here in Berkeley.
Hey, it's a journey for all of us. You come in with expectations. Savannah Rennie was an all-star coming out of high school, one of the top recruits in the country. Who would have ever thought the journey that she would go through?
Liver transplant and post-transplant lymphoma, then Savtor ACL 5 weeks ago, but she has been completely cleared, so haven't seen her yet today, but there is a chance we could see her later in this match.
How about that heads-up swing by Kalia Lanier? Deep line shot over Potter, who's the right-back defensive player. I would love to see Savannah Rennie play today.
Got to come in as a serving specialist. She was cleared for back row action last week, but now fully cleared. She has a torn ACL, but it's in her right leg. And as somebody who really prefers the slide, it's a left takeoff and usually a left landing, but some of the right as well.
Correct. So she provides offensive power. If they're in a 6-2 offense, she will be that other right side player. It will be her and Bailey Huizinga. She has come back. She was a preseason tournament MVP. I mean, that accolade coming back from what she's done is so impressive.
Pac-12 Player of the Week back on the 2nd of September, the first California Golden Bear to earn that award since way back in 2013. It had been 6 years. And here she comes back from the liver transplant and the lymphoma. Sam Crossan just said, what can't she do?
I love it. I love it.
Hoping to get to play a little bit of a feature that Cal did on Savannah later in this match, if time permits. Because it is just remarkable what she has been through. Fifth-year senior, 5 weeks removed from a torn ACL, and what they're challenging is the first part of this play. So we'll take another look ourselves.
Overpass by Huizinga. Here, Khalil Lanier goes down the line. Look at that open area. That's just a smart swing by Lanier.
Clean play from here. Did you see anything on that, Holly?
I did not.
Great to see Savannah's whole family, the Rennie crew here today. And there's the crew.
There they are.
Her brother and his girlfriend Mackenzie and Luke on the far left side. Savannah's boyfriend Andrew next to them. Aunt Michelle, and then Mom Renee and Dad Bill. Got to chat with all of them before the match, and understandably excited to be here and excited that Sav finally almost healthy, that torn ACL aside, but having a chance to contribute to hopefully the first postseason team here at Cal in a long time.
For sure.
But yeah, I think that's the part of the story that a lot of folks don't know. You mentioned it, Holly, that Savannah enrolled early because she was a top everything recruit coming out of Torrey Pines.
All-star, impact player. She was going to really just have a huge impact on the Cal Indoor Volleyball program. And I mean, she still has, it's just in a different way.
Yeah, Sam said actually, because they were on a 7-match winning streak earlier in the season when they went to USC and lost the first go-round in this series. And Sam said, yeah, you know, I think Sav not traveling with us because she is our vocal leader and just kind of the conscience of our team, I think not having her there really affected our squad.
For sure. I mean, you look down the bench and you see Savannah Rennie. Are you kidding me? You got to be inspired.
Well, we were talking to Mima there, just in the T-shirt behind her head coach next to Savannah. There on the bench, talked to Mima before the match and pointed to her high ankle sprain and said, Mima, come on. Savannah's out there with a torn ACL. Let's go. Step it up a notch. And she just started cracking up. But that is good news. She said the ankle has already improved from Friday. How does that happen?
Well, it helps that she's young and that she's getting treatment nonstop, but she feels better already. And really is going to take her time getting back. She's going to work hard every day, but this team is a team that has 20 wins already. Yep. So they're in a good position already to go to the postseason, but she'd like to see her team get some big wins without her as well.
It's out to the mountain schools. After this, at Colorado, at Utah, then up to Washington. It's all on the road, obviously.
Those are two really rough road trips. Really rough. Utah and Colorado, so tough to play on. And then Washington's amazing at home. Then you got to go to Pullman. It's not an easy trip. So Cal's got their work cut out for them.
So after all of that, the play will stand.
Well, it should, because I didn't see whatever they were looking for.
I didn't either, but appreciate the time that it gave us to talk about a couple of Cal seniors.
For sure. Thank you guys for that.
Bren Crouch saying what we were all thinking, let's go, let's go.
That was a long one.
As USC has created a bit of separation here in our second set. Cal had the lead early, then the Trojans have battled back, but Cal not going to go quietly as they try to even us at a set apiece.
Good pass, and then the flat high swing by Maddie Haynes gets it done. Instead of trying to challenge that big USC block, going flat high off the hands. Smart swing.
Here's Haynes. Cal down 3. Great effort that time by Anderson, but just couldn't get enough on the dig.
Well, Huizinga, a little bit of self-defense, just pops it up by sticking her arm out. Nobody else can come up with that second contact.
It's got a freshman out of Germany Amelia Vesca back to serve. Already has one ace today. Tough one there. Ace number 2.
Vesca, we saw the sharp cross-court ace, that time down the line. Good float ball, and it has nice pace, so you want that ball to be clean, flat and clean, according to Karch Karai. He coined that term, so I have to give him credit, but that was a really nice clean serve.
And now USC 2 points away from taking the second set and going up 2-0 as we head into our intermission.
Cal led most of this second set.
And as we mentioned a few moments ago, Savannah Rennie with a great feature created by Cal Volleyball. So let's take a peek at it right now.
Over the years, you have brought in many coaches and teammates that have each had a lasting impact on my life. I can say that because of the impact that each coach had on my life, I'm sitting here today as a Golden Bear at the #1 public university in the world, getting to represent the blue and gold day in and day out. We have brought numerous people into my life that will be in my life forever, and I have met my best friends for life because of you. I am a part of a volleyball community that is something unbelievably special, and not many people get to experience something like that. Thank you for the places and people you have introduced me to, but more importantly, thank you for what you have taught me throughout our 13-year and counting relationship. These experiences will be carried with me forever and into every aspect of my life: work, marriage, parenthood. You have taught me teamwork, responsibility, hard work, grit, leadership, passion, strength, perseverance, and resiliency. Through these lessons, you have been a common denominator in copious amounts of happiness, but also heartache and tears. I would never take any of the hard times back because that is exactly where you pushed me to learn and grow. You have tested my limits on and off the court, and because of that, I find myself here today. Without you, I would not have made it back on the court in 3 months after a liver transplant. I would not have beaten cancer, and I would not have torn my ACL to return into court in the same season. I would not be here. I would not be where I am today without you. You are my rock, my light in the darkness, and you have kept me afloat in the darkest of times. You have been my source of light from the moment we met, and because of that, you have allowed me to develop confidence in who I am and discover what my purpose is. Thank you, volleyball. You are my livelihood, you are my passion, and you will be my life forever. Love, Sab, and go Bears.
Just incredible stuff there from Savannah Rennie, and an incredible job by Cal in that rally to keep this set alive.
Wow, some diving digs to the backcourt and multiple chances for USC to win that rally, but Cal fought hard to get their 19th point.
Team not giving up. They have battled all season long, continuing that here today.
Meyer out of system, tough swing, able to tool that block.
You see how much this means to her. Throwing both arms up in the air. Another set point for USC. Potter with a pancake. Tough one for Meyer, but she gets the roll shot to fall.
The grit right now that Cal is showing. Fantastic pancake dig by Potter, and the Meyer little roll shot drops for Cal.
Meyer quickly approaching a season high in kills. Was 8 coming into today's match, already getting close. Tough serve, Cal cuts the lead to 3.
That's the momentum. USC looking at each other, struggling right now in serve receive.
And USC needs a timeout.
Presley Anderson, really nice movement on that ball, gets away from Jenna Adams, and then LeGrand and Kayla Barra a little bit tentative, stepping in and doing something with that ball.
So Cal starts off the second set hot. USC rallies back, and now the Bears going on a little bit of a run.
Yeah, you hope it's not too late if you're a Bear, because you can't let USC get 24 with Lanier in the front row.
Leah Lanier leading all hitters so far, 9 kills, hitting .389. Lauren Forte, Maddie Haynes, McConna Meyer up there on top of the Cal stat sheet. So 24-21 USC looking to go up 2-0 on the Bears. Cal looking to split our first 2 sets, but they'll need a few more good serves like this in order to do so.
Well, for sure, we've seen 11 aces so far. Both teams starting to pick it up, serving into traffic, putting a little extra mustard on that ball. Really important if you want to get a team out of system, to put some pop on that serve and make them uncomfortable.
5 aces for the Bears, 6 for Khalil Lanier and USC. It's been a very tightly contested second set after the Trojans blew Cal out of the water in set number 1. Junior Presley Anderson to serve for Cal on set point number 4 for the women of Troy. And another ace for the Bears.
Presley Anderson serving a seam, and when I say seam, I mean right between 2 players. So if the communication breaks down, you're in trouble. Jenna Adams chasing that ball in front of Khalil Lanier, and it just gets away from them.
Another tough serve from Anderson. But USC. So here we go, third set on senior day for Maddie Haynes, Bailey Huizinga, and 4 other California Golden Bears as they look to end their home collegiate careers on a high note. Expect both of these squads to make it into the NCAA postseason, but sure would mean something if the Bears could come back from 2-0 down. USC, though, has looked fantastic so far today.
Well, USC has responded to the challenge. Cal was really good at the beginning of the second set, and then halfway through, USC really put their foot on the gas, and that was the difference in that second set.
Bears starting off with a lead here in set 3. Maddie Haynes, the senior out of Rockland, serving. Leads the Bears in aces so far this year, not that time. Freshman, too heavy on that touch.
And Cal has made a change at the libero position. Senior Emma Smith, number 9, now in the blue jersey. I'm guessing she was put in to shore up the serve receive so they can get a little bit better numbers passing. Veska hits another one out for USC on the right side.
So Lathrow smartly sets her middle. Madison Horan having a great day.
Well, and Lothero, number 10 in black, is so good at feeding her hitters. I love the way she sets. She makes her hitters look good, and she puts them in good positions to score, and that's what great setters do.
There's the freshman Horn having a quick chat with the associate head coach at USC, J.J. Van Neel. Violation on the Bears, so it'll be a point for USC.
That ball passed a little bit tight to the net, and they're saying back row attack, like she went over the net and got it, and I disagree.
There's the associate head coach for Brent Crouch in USC, previously an assistant coach at Utah. Longtime consultant and scout coach with the U.S. women's national team.
I saw him setting some balls before the match. He's got some nice hands, running a nice offense.
Not better than yours, though, right?
Well, maybe.
Decent.
Maybe not.
Comparable. Holly McPeak and Kate Scott with you here today at Haas. Appreciate all of you who are tuning in wherever you are on the Pac-12 Network or the Pac-12 Now app. Libero for USC, Reagan LeGrand. Tough serve from her. Great work that time by Veska. Dig that one up. Huizinga with the pretty cut for the Bears.
Started with a kind of off pass by Cal. They're able to stay in the rally, and Huizinga in transition one-on-one. Jasmine Gross late on her block press. Cal able to score that point.
I'm not sure how she got that one over. Such a tight angle. Speaking of tight angles, my goodness,
wow,
Veska.
Super sharp angle, and that ball set really fast. Lothero for USC does a nice job locating that ball in a position where Veska can go line or angle.
First program in USC history to hail from Germany, which somewhat surprised me. Not sure why, but.
Wow, Veska consistently scoring from the back line. Emma Smith, a really confident passer and competent passer, and that one just gets away from her with some nice float movement on the ball.
Speaking of the ball, we're looking for one, and while we do, there's the German national, 4-year member of the German national team who played in the World University Games in Italy over the summer against a U.S.-led squad by Keegan Cook and Beth Lanier, right?
And Brent Crouch found her via Skype.
Really?
Yes, at a late date. Let me tell you, I believe in May of this year. Found her and recruited her via Skype, saw some video and was like, let's do this.
Yeah, understandably so.
And it's paid off, especially with the delay of Baptista getting back into the lineup for USC, recovering from that knee injury.
Oh, it is wild how much recruiting has changed over the years, huh?
Yeah.
Getting to see more and more great international players like Veska coming to the States, playing here in the Pac-12 Conference. And there's Savannah Rennie, who's checked in for Cal. Not happy with her first touch, but great to see number 16 out on the floor.
A little too much adrenaline on that one, which is understandable.
That's going to do it for Sav at this moment. Again, still 4 matches after this to play in the Pac-12 regular season. And then Cal hoping to make a run in the playoffs, too. Lanier, a great first set, had a match-high 7 kills, has been a little quiet since then.
There's that slower tempo set to Lauren Forte that doesn't try and beat the defense with speed, but tries to beat the defense with altitude, high contact point, and Lauren Forte is tough to stop on that high altitude.
Now just a termination behind Lanier. 8 kills for Forte, leading the way for the Bears. Potter calling everybody off. Lathrow the back set that time to Jasmine Gross, who gets just enough.
Jasmine Gross has a nice arm, even though she wasn't in perfect position, still able to score and sees that seam and attacks off that inside hand of Maddie Haynes.
7 kills now for Jazz, who will get a breather. Baptista back to serve. And again, my goodness.
Every time she comes in the match, she comes up with an ace. And if you're Cal, you need to finish that pass. They're right in a good location, and it's getting away from them. It's been happening to USC. That's her 3rd ace for Emily Baptista. And I miss seeing her in the front row. She's got a cannon for an arm. But right now, that position being held by Veska, who's been playing all season long at that opposite spot. How about Haynes just going hard off the outside hands for the tool of the block and the Cal point.
Cal just down 1 here to USC in our 3rd set. First 4 sets we played at 25, got to win by 2. If we go to a 5th, play to 15, got to win by 2. Cal's been in 4 5-setters so far this season. Lanier out of the back row, dug up by Smith. They'll go back to Haynes. To her again. Off the top of the block for another point.
Cal showing why they've already had a 20-win season. Good scrappy defense starting with Smith, and she has a cover play and a nice dig and setting up Haynes for that kill.
And when we talked to Cal's coach Sam Crossan a couple of days ago, said, did you have any idea that you'd be 20-5, 10-5 in Pac-12 play? He said, I thought maybe 500, maybe we would sneak into the NCAAs. So no, I did not know that this group was capable of this. But belief and chemistry can go a long way. Straight points for Maddie Haynes.
Cal fighting hard in the middle of that rally. There were some communication errors, but Emma Smith really commanding the backcourt for Cal, stepping up. Big transition set to Maddie Haynes.
Think the senior wants this today?
Absolutely.
Last match here at Haas. Friends and family here cheering her on. 8-7 Cal. Straight for Maddie Haynes.
Cal right now employing 3 very strong defensive specialists, and it's paying off. All 3 of them are digging the ball, and there, Kat Knoop feeding Maddie Haynes.
And just like that, now a match best 10 kills for Maddie Haynes. She's hitting 368. Corin trying to stop the bleeding. And Potter wins the joust. My goodness.
Everything going in Cal's direction, and that's when you get momentum on your side. Those kind of things happen. Potter, the smallest player on the court, winning the joust at the net. O's not ready for the battle.
5'9" junior out of Moline, Illinois. So our down official, Donna Hess, will have a look. Been a busy day for Donna. Let's take a look ourselves. Middle of the point. Was there a net?
Horan definitely hit the net with her right shoulder when she landed from attacking that ball. Good eye work to see that. I did not see that originally. Again, we have the ref stand in front of us, but
I don't know how half of these challenges are even seen to know to challenge, like you said.
yeah, you know, a lot of times it's feedback from your players, and coaches really rely on that feedback. You hear and see touches, you see things that other people don't see, even if they're on the bench.
Well, we talked about football already with Mike Bone, the USC athletics director. A big win for the Trojans last night up at Memorial Stadium. Next week, the Bears head across the bay. It's big game week here in Berkeley. Cal and Stanford facing off, and Oregon State and Washington State from Martin Stadium on the Palouse. Doubleheader next week right here on the Pac-12 Network. Coverage begins with the pregame at high noon. And then thankfully, finally, Cal and Stanford fans, right? Finally, a middle of the day big game, as it should be, Holly.
I agree.
Just get a little bit of tailgating in before the game, then go in and cheer your brains out, and then more tailgating afterwards.
Exactly. I'm not good those late night games. Start to fade.
Those are tough.
I was here last weekend at the football game, and it got really cold in Memorial Stadium.
You should know that, former.
Well, I know that, but the benches that you sit on seem colder than they ever did. It's been a while.
Good point, good point. That, though, was a good win for the Cal football team last weekend. I'm sure you played a part in that.
Oh, yeah, definitely bringing them luck, for sure.
So the play will stand, so the score remains 10-7 Cal. Sam Crossan and the Bears trying to battle back from a 2-0 deficit.
Well, the interesting thing is Cal won the play anyways, so I'm not sure.
I was a little confused as well.
Yeah.
But then again, academics were never my point back in my day, so.
I doubt that.
Extracurricular activities.
I doubt that.
So Brent Crouch having a quick conversation. Just getting the full explanation from Donna. So here we go. Emma Smith, the senior out of Manhattan Beach. Lanier, back row kill.
Beautiful feed. Lothero so good at setting the back row attack, and obviously Lanier very adept at killing it.
10 kills now for Kalia. Reigning AVCA National Player of the Week, back-to-back Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week after that rally scoring arrow Pac-12 record. 40 kills in USC's 5-set win over Utah. And it's wild that she had those 40 kills in that match, because my other consideration for Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week last week was Danny Drews, because Utah's outside had 33 kills in that 5-setter.
But Kalia Lanier was averaging like 8 kills per set. I mean, just mind-blowing numbers.
There's the sophomore setter, Kel Lathro. It's been working. Go back to it. It even does it now for Maddie Haynes.
And what a set by Potter. Really nice high, good location. Haynes cranks it in the sharp angle. 12 kills on 22 swings, hitting .364 is senior Maddie Haynes.
The Cal Bears with a 2-point lead in our third set. And just enough from the freshman Kayla Nose for USC.
Kayla Nose gets her 4th kill on 9 swings. It's been a quiet day for her.
Well, just back from that concussion, so she is cleared to play this weekend, but as you mentioned earlier, Holly, not the best match Friday at Stanford, so just trying to, as she feels comfortable, work her way back into the rotation.
And I feel like it takes time.
Haynes still in the block. 13 now for Haynes.
You call that in the zone. Maddie Haynes is in the zone where she is confident that she can put any ball away. Last swing she went sharp angle. That time turns it down the line hard off the block.
Haynes has been the key for Cal in this third set. Scored the majority of her points already. That one into the net. And this is what USC did in the second set as well. Feels like Cal's really on fire and pulling away. And you look at the score, and it's only 1 point difference.
Well, and USC hangs around, and then they put their foot on the gas at the end of the set. And if you're Cal, you just need to put your foot on the gas and don't look back.
USC leads this series 61-12 overall. They've won 9 of the last 10 against Cal. Great work by the Trojans there.
It took 2 swings by Bailey Huizenga. The first one sounded like a cannon. That time a little more turned down the line, and she's able to get that important 13th point for Cal.
A quiet day for Bailey so far. So maybe this will be her set as well. 3rd on the team in kills coming into today's match. Behind Mima, who's out with the high ankle sprain, and Maddie Haynes. And here, blocked. Huizenga pulling all the tools out of her toolbox, but that one lands wide.
Right idea to turn it down that line, because that left back defender cheating in for the tip, but just missed on the execution.
But that really sums up Cal's attitude on the entire season. You're going to make mistakes, all right, let's get it this time.
Next play.
Got to laugh it off. Let that one sail long and get back to the service line for Bailey Huizenga.
Savannah Rennie coming onto the court, number 16. Will add some offense on the left side and some block.
So Cal up 2. Got to win this set to force a 4th here at Haas. Somehow, Huizenga, not the perfect set, but she gets it to fall.
Rennie does a good job blocking that ball, so Cal can transition it back for that kill.
No. No. No.
How come I'm always walking backwards?
Because you got young legs.
Only one thing's more exciting than getting a Lexus. Giving one.
This is unbelievable. It really is.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event.
Lease the 2020 RX 350 all-wheel drive for $419 a month for 27 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Back to the right foot, tries to shape it inside the post. Are you kidding me?
UCLA Women's Soccer. Download and watch on Pac-12 now.
This season, we're championing with the excitement and innovative play only the Pac-12 delivers. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Pac-12, the Conference of Champions.
Pac-12 Women's Volleyball is brought to you by State Farm. Talk to an agent today. Well, welcome back to the Cal campus. Senior day here at Haas. And in this 3rd set, the Bears have a 3-point lead thanks in large part to their senior, Maddie Haynes.
Maddie Haynes has been doing this all season long, but as of late is playing really confident. You can feel her confidence going everywhere, using every part of the court, going sharp. We already saw the sharp angle, high hands, tool in the block. You can see the confidence in number 4's game.
Well, you hear it in every sport. When a senior gets to kind of see, all of a sudden it comes into focus, the end of their collegiate career is the senior Jasmine Gross tools to block that time for USC. Sometimes that helps them step it up to another level.
Well, I think with experience, you get smarter as an athlete. You know what to expect. You know how to be better. And it's definitely helped Maddie Haynes really up her game.
13 kills for Maddie Haynes so far today. 10 for Kalia Lanier, serving for USC. Man, what a serve. Just over the top of the tape. McConnell Meyer, who had a great first set for the Bears, going across court for the kill.
McConameyer, number 23 in white, is unafraid. She's showing a lot of firepower on the left side. This is a tough ball when it's coming over your shoulder from the backcourt to put away against a strong defensive team like USC. That is not easy to do.
She hit negative in the Bears' loss down at the Galen Center last month. 7 kills, just one off her season high here today. And a nice job by Gross that time to go with the line shot. Haven't seen that from her today.
Jasmine Gross has been going all cut back, cut back, cut back, and this time goes line. And Cal really wanting her to go back to that angle. Jasmine Gross, really smart middle attacker, one of the best middle attackers in the Pac-12.
Quietly playing a big role in USC's dominance so far. 9 kills, hitting .450 for the Trojans. Oh, Kalia Lanier. And was there a contact? There was a touch, so that'll be a point for Cal.
Forte is hanging and hitting that ball on the way down, but that's tough to stop if you're on the other side of the net.
So Lauren will check out. Emma Smith serving for the Bears. A great match from Forte. 9 kills, .533 her attack percentage so far this afternoon. 17-14 Cal. Izinga. Nice little top spin finish there.
Well, she comes up with the dig and her setter rewards her. She gets a kill out of the back row and Cal up by 4.
And USC wants to talk things over.
If you're USC, you don't want to get in a dogfight with Cal at home. Cal has been really good, especially when going to a 5th set. We talked to Sam Crossan about that. He said, look, we've lost the 4th set, but we're 4-0 winning that 5th set after losing that 4th set. And that's not easy to do.
That's
so
impressive.
They can rebound from a tough set loss.
So we already saw Savannah Rennie's letter to Cal fans. Let's take a look at fellow senior Maddie Haynes.
Dear Volleyball, I would not be sitting where I am today without you. The hours, days, trips, relationships, games won and games lost has not only made me a better player, but a better person. The many mental and physical hardships throughout my 11 years playing this sport has made me see the game through a different perspective. Throughout my time playing this sport, I have been able to travel in and out of the country just to play the sport I love. I want to thank my parents most importantly for being there for me every step of the way. From the time I started to me ending my college career, I cannot thank you enough for the time and energy you put towards me throughout my journey. Secondly, I want to thank all coaches that I had the opportunity to play for. The many different adversities and situations I've been given has made me manage more than I thought I ever could. Lastly, the 18 girls that I end my career with on this 2019 Cal Volleyball team, I want to thank you for allowing me to grow as a player, allowing me to become more open as not only a player but a person, accepting me on my good or my bad days, and making me realize the player that I always could be. However, my journey does not end here. I will take the experiences that I've learned my past years at Cal and continue wherever my path may lead. Thank you to all our fans, the band, coaches, and everyone who can make Cal Volleyball home games something special. Nothing will ever compare. Thank you, and always go Bears.
Another great Dear Volleyball letter from the Cal Volleyball team. All 6 seniors wrote them, and they're fantastic. So head to Cal's Twitter or their Facebook page. You can find them all there. Maddie Haynes. Emma Smith with an incredible pancake that time to keep it alive for Cal. And a double contact that time from Huizenga.
And Bailey Huizenga has great hands. Sometimes when they take the setter out in the front row, she'll come in out of the back row and be the setter, run the offense. That time, a little too aggressive double contact on that ball.
I just love the facial expressions from Bailey and Maddie. Ah, darn it, should have had that. Because she was thinking the same thing you were, Holly.
She was ready for glory.
I've got better hands than that. Come on. Cal up 3 here in our 3rd set. USC with a 2-0 set lead. Potter, another pretty pancake. And Veska able to put it to the floor just in front of Smith.
USC's taking care of their first contacts and attacking. Cal needs to do a better job inside out on this first ball. They're in a 2-hitter rotation. Love to see them get the ball to Presley Anderson. Maddie Haynes is the hot hitter, but Presley Anderson can score for you out of the middle.
Another tough serve from Lathero. And O's just able to find enough of a seam for the points.
Well, USC knows Isabel Potter, number 17 in white, is the smallest player on the floor. They're running a 5-1, and they're at a disadvantage because she's not a big blocker. But if Isabel Potter can be more solid and have them hit around or over her, then the team can play defense. You just have to be clean and solid as a small blocker.
5th kill of the afternoon for O's. A 1-point game now here in our 3rd set. No, but Anderson off the slide. Haven't seen that much.
No, and the more they can use her, the better. That's her 3rd kill on 4 swings. And we're already in the 3rd set. That's not enough. I would love to see 8 to 10 swings a set from her.
Had 8 kills in Friday's loss to UCLA here at Haas. So no doubt Cal would love to set her more too. Lanier somehow able to keep that one alive for USC.
Emma Smith all over that for Cal.
Go back to Haynes. What a rally ended by Presley Anderson.
And Cal forcing the issue, getting Presley Anderson the ball, and that is the difference. I'll tell you, when you set your middle blockers, they start blocking better, they start doing everything better. Presley Anderson wants to have an impact on this game, and boom, cannon right at Lothero for the Cal point.
So Cal 5 points away from forcing a 4th set here at Haas. And as we've mentioned, both of these teams looking very good for postseason play because of their incredible RPIs. USC 8-7 in conference action, Cal 10-5, but thanks to their non-con, Holly, look how high they are up in the RPI standing.
And RPI is an important ingredient when it comes to the NCAA selection committee. For Cal, they already have 20 wins and a nice RPI. They are in the NCAA tournament, in my mind. For USC, they need to be above 500, so they need another conference win to put themselves in position. They have a great RPI, 20, but you have to be above 500 to get into that NCAA tournament.
7 Pac-12 teams in the top 40. As you see, Washington State holding strong there at number 48 in the top 51. The best RPI conference in the country. And I think we talk about this every year, Holly, but this year, without a doubt, the depth and strength of this conference, top to bottom. I've talked to so many coaches about it. This is the best conference in the country when it comes to the sport of volleyball.
Well, I agree. I think Pac-12, and I have to say Big Ten's right there with them. I feel like they trade off years where one's deeper or one's stronger than the next. I think for Pac-12 this year, there's been more really strong teams than a couple dominant teams. So there's been strength from top to bottom, and you can be in the bottom of the Pac-12 and still be a really good team and upset the top-ranked team in the country. We've seen it already.
That's what I was chatting about with Jen Greeny, the head coach of the Washington State Cougars, number 22 right now in the country, about Colorado, who they're playing today, because she said teams that you look at on paper and think, oh, they only have 3 Pac-12 wins. Well, they're not playing that well. They're going to be quote-unquote bad. Well, all of a sudden, they've won 3 of their last 5, so every single team, every single match here in the Pac-12 this season, just an absolute dogfight. Cal 5 points away from forcing a 4th set here on senior day at Haas. Cross-court kill that time from Kaylin O's.
That's her first real clean kill by number 5, the freshman. We talked about teams just needing 1 win. UCLA, who was just swept by Stanford, also needs just 1 win to get over that 500 mark to qualify for the NCAA tournament. And they've been really hot lately in the Pac-12.
Senior Jenna Adams serving for USC. Haynes had a scorching start to this set. Gets the touch that time, so 21-18 now, Cal on top.
14 kills for Maddie Haynes, and we talked about it from the start of the show. She needed to have a big match.
She's having just that, turning it on at the end of her senior season. A career-high 19 kills in the Bears sweep at Arizona last week. Looking for a new career high here today. Brought to Lanier, she pushes it wide. No touch, another point for the Bears.
Reagan Legrand, the libero for USC, delivered a perfect pass, and they tried to go fastball to Lanier. Just turned it too wide.
Cal now 3 points away from taking this third set. Huizenga off the block, USC into the net. Cal 2 points away.
Bodies flying. Horan in the net, the middle blocker for USC, and Cal pushing hard.
As you mentioned, Holly, this team has been so good in 5-setters this season. Perfect when they've been able to push it to that 5th set. And Lanier falls into the block of Anderson, and Huizenga set point Cal.
That's a really tough ball to hit coming from that angle. Kalia Lanier does it all the time. But Presley Anderson, Bailey Huizenga come up with a huge Cal block.
Senior Haynes serving for the set. Vesca finds the floor.
Amelia Vesca just arms that ball right through the seam of the block. Cal needs to close that block up.
Set point number 2 for the Bears. That one sails wide.
I still like the idea. The ball set a tiny bit low. Presley Anderson could not get on top of it. Presley Anderson, Bailey Huizenga, and McConnell-Meyer in the front row right now for Cal.
Tough set. And that one touched the antenna, so it'll be another point for USC.
Looks like Cal's out of subs. Maddie Haynes left in the back row to pass. All Cal needs is one good serve-receive possession.
And Sam Crossan knows that, so just takes a timeout to maybe give his players just a moment to breathe, right?
And remind them to believe they can do this.
One of the players who's been leading the way for the Bears and Sam Crossan today is one of their middles, Lauren Forte. 9 kills already on the afternoon.
Lauren Forte is long. She hits a second tempo ball, which is a little different than most middle blockers, but she hits with such great range. This one she hits on the way down, still able to attack through that seam. There she sees the triple block, finds the open court, and that one, Presley Anderson gets a turn out of the middle as well.
So 24-21 Cal as the Bears look to extend senior day here at Haas Pavilion.
It's really important that Cal take care of this play. 1, they need a great pass. 2, they've got 3 hitters in the front row, so good high percentage chance to score. Presley Anderson's one of those attackers.
Maddie Haynes leading the way for the Bears with 14 kills. Lauren Forte, who we just saw, 9. Presley Anderson with 4. But just 7 swings for Presley on the day. So if they could get her the ball, they could be headed to a 4th set very quickly here in Berkeley. Took 4 sets in round 1 down at the Galen Center last month. Reagan LeGrand and USC winning that match by a score of 3-1. Set point number 4 for the Bears. And this time, they get it done, starting with a great pass from Maddie Haynes.
Maddie Haynes stepped in and nailed that pass, and that set them up for the fastball out to McConnell-Meyer on the left side. Cal finally able to finish the set.
So after USC takes the first 2, the Bears get on the scoreboard. It started with Haynes to Potter to Meyer. We're headed to a 4th. That's on senior day. And we're now ready for set number 4 here at Haas. Kate Scott and Holly McPeak with you as we take a look at our match stats up to this point. Well, it's really all about that 3rd set, understandably for Cal, which they won. That knocked up the hitting percentage quite a bit, but USC still dominating on the block.
Well, both offensively and defensively, but except for Diggs, Cal was really able to settle down defensively and step it up in that 3rd set. And I think they showed a lot of fight. And I'll tell you, Sam Crossan's doing a great job. He's trying to figure out who's going to be put in the best spots to score. I mean, they have to make up for a 6th rotation player, Mima Mirkovic, who's out with that high ankle sprain. They need to find ways to block, score, you know, get kills, and Makana Meyer has been really impressive on the left side.
Yeah, really impressive from Meyer. 8 kills. She has tied her season high, number 23 in the white. As Cal tries to claw their way back into this match and force a 5th, potentially with the USC Trojans.
And Sam Crossan is very confident in his team if they go a 5th set.
Well, understandably, I had to double check it because anytime, you know, a coach tells you something, you got to double check.
Absolutely.
They're not just blowing smoke, but all 4 5-setters that Cal has won this season, they have dropped the 4th set, Holly. And over 90% of teams, understandably, that win the 4th set, thanks to that momentum, go on and win the 5th. But Cal, every time they've dropped the 4th set and have bounced back like we're seeing them do here today.
It's an impressive stat. Glad you checked that out.
Never trust
I just took his word for that.
Never trust coaches, especially on their players.
Well, pronunciation, I was just thinking the same.
You've had this young student athlete on your squad for 3 years and you still can't say their last name
They
correctly?
always butcher them.
Yeah, always check with the sports information director, the SID at that point. USC, though, speaking of bouncing back, after they have had slow starts to set 2 and 3, and to an early 2-0 lead here in set 4. Started set 1 on a 10-0 run. Cal really with no chance to come back to that one. Huizinga to the floor.
When Cal has that perfect first contact and Potter has all her options, she runs a really fast, nice, clean offense to Huizinga, who just crushes this ball down the line. Look at this. Scott Lanier, who's trying to force her down that line, but doesn't expect a quick swing like that.
Speaking of the changes that Sam Crossan has made, as Forte has blocked Emma Smith, now in the Libero jersey for Cal, wasn't in the first 2 sets. She was a difference maker in set 3 as well.
Jasmine Gross has made a nice adjustment defensively, blocking that slower set to Lauren Forte, and knowing what her tendency is, she likes to kind of cut back that ball towards right back, and Jasmine Gross all over it.
4 blocks on the afternoon for Gross. Meyer blocked again by Gross, make it 5.
I love the look on Jasmine Gross's face. She is feeling it. She is in the zone defensively. Look at that quick lateral move and then the press.
Love that face. You want to try to hit into me?
Yeah.
Bring it again.
And she's so confident on both sides of the ball, and that's so important. Sometimes middle blocker is great offensively, not as good defensively. She is strong in both areas. Vesca really good from the service line, and that allows her team to score an easy service point on the overpass.
Kalia Lanier taking care of business there. USC up 5-1 in our 4th set.
So what's the deal with the app? So the safer you drive, the more money you save.
Well, bad news, State Farm, because Aaron doesn't know how to play it safe. Boom!
Light it up! It's yellow, floor it!
That's enough. What? Don't mess with my discount. What are my other options?
Get a discount up to 30% with Drive Safe and Save from State Farm.
We talked about a long 24 hours, not just for Cal fans and for USC's athletic director Mike Bone, who was up at the football game last night here in Berkeley. This Cal band, man, these Straw Hat members who were in the full marching band last night doing the halftime show, and you know, Holly, waking up at 9, 10 a.m. when you're a college student, that feels like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, especially when you're working all night long at a football game.
So shout out to the Cal Straw Hat Band. It was fun to see Cal recognize the seniors of the Straw Hat Band on Senior Day. Free ball for the Trojans. And who do you go to? You go to Lanier.
bombing it from the backcourt. She's done a couple soft shots right to the middle, but just bombing it. Unfortunate for Cal, they were able to pick up that tip, but not get a swing out of it.
So USC 6 points away from a second 3-1 win over Cal this season. And this would be big. They could knock off number 20 in the country. This might solidify their postseason chances. Haynes, and down. A new career high for Maddie Haynes. 20 kills for the senior here on Senior Day.
How about that? On a day where they really needed her to step up, she has answered the call.
Right into the USC block and down. Cal down by 3. Gotta win this 4th set to force a 5th. Late rally here.
The lefty approach angle and turn of that ball by Bailey Huizenga was amazing. I'm like, where is she going to go on this ball? Watch her and watch her go off the outside hand of O's. Wow, what a swing.
Cal has cut the deficit to 2. Huizenga off the chest of Latharo. It is 19-18 here in our 4th set, and USC calls a timeout.
That's a big timeout, but look at the cross-court kill. Catches the top of the tape and gets Latharo high on the shoulder. Cal now just down by 1.
11 kills now for Bailey Huizenga, one of 3 Golden Bears in double digits. They knew that they were going to need everybody to step up with Mima out, and they've done just that.
They talked about believing. As a team, they need to believe, and Maddie Haynes believes that she can do it. Career high 20 kills already, and this match is not over. She wants to push this to a 5th set where this Cal team thinks they're an advantage.
And hitting for such a high percentage too, Holly. Hitting 390. She's an outside, she's not a middle blocker.
And she's hitting out-of-system balls too against a very strong defensive team in USC. Great numbers.
Well, her coach Sam Crossan told us that, you know, Maddie hasn't had the career that she has wanted, but he has reiterated to her time and again, it is all about your last season. That is what people are going to remember. And this Cal team, number 20 in the country, first time they've been ranked since 2013. First time they've won 20 games in a season since 2011. It's all about, for this senior class, getting this program back to where it belongs in the NCAA tournament.
Well, no use dwelling on the past. You can't do anything about it. Look forward, live in the present, and take care of what you can.
So Cal a point away from tying up this 4th set as they effort to force us to a 5th here on Senior Day at Haas. USC trying to knock off the number 20 team in the country and solidify their spot in the postseason. Here's the senior, Maddie Haynes. Oh, the effort by Cal as Makana Meyer goes sliding into the net.
Emma Smith flew out of the backcourt. Good dig, and Makana Meyer scared me a little bit. She was diving towards that pole.
The senior DS, Morgan Wright, out of Wheatland, California, checks into the back row for Cal, number 13 in white. The senior Jenna Adams serving for USC. Presley Anderson off the head of a Trojan.
Interesting that USC would go right at Emma Smith with Cal, new player in the backcourt, but Presley Anderson, she didn't get on top of that ball, but it had enough pace to get Latharo in the backcourt.
And Brent Crouch checking in with his center, making sure she's okay after that.
Well, back-to-back balls kind of got her high towards the face area.
One off her chest, one off the side of her head. 2019 USC. Reska gets that deep corner.
Really nice set by Raquel Lothrow. Watch her push this ball. Look at the location. She could have gone line or angle and goes deep to that corner. Nice decision.
Just a great shot. A lot of confidence shown by the freshman that time. That serve sails long. Oh my goodness.
I call this the red zone because lots of focus needs to occur. You need to finish the game in this zone, this part of the set.
Serving Lanier. Cal's done that a lot in this set. Trying to tire out the hitter. And that one falls just outside the line. So it'll be a point for USC.
Sam Crossan's going to challenge that play.
And why not?
Why not?
3 points away from the end of this match, potentially, if Cal were to lose this 4th set. That's what the challenge cards are for. So challenging the in or out, one of 5 different things that we can challenge here in volleyball. Let's take another look. Woo! I think that one was out.
I agree. Really good camera work. It was out of bounds. But for Sam Crossan, why not?
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose. Slow things down. Get your team focused on what they need to do at this crucial part of this 4th set.
It was, I think, our quickest review.
Well, it was very clear.
Good point. And the point will be confirmed. Heard a cheer for a second because our down official, Donna, has pointed to the Cal side of the net. You see Khalil Lanier say, wait a second, there was no way that.
Reagan Legrand freaked out a little bit.
There's no way that one was a Cal point, but Donna said, my bad, my bad.
Yeah.
I meant USC. And now we pause again. I love the added drama. So you see Donna say, my bad. That one was a USC point, so a sigh of relief for Brent and the USC bench.
These teams are in the middle of an important battle. USC needs that important conference victory to get them over 500.
14-11 on the season are the women of Troy. If they would win today, regardless of how they play their last 4 matches, as Holly mentioned, even if they lost all 4 of them, which they're probably not going to, they would end the season 15-15, which you need to be 500, right? Regardless of your RPI to get into that
correct
NCAA tournament. Understandably, Sam Crossan frustrated. These Bears should be headed to the NCAA tournament as well. Lanier staying out of the way of that one too. USC 2 points away from coming on the road and spoiling senior day here at Haas, so Crossan wants a timeout.
I'm not sure what Sam Crossan is mad about, but he's talking to the referees.
As we just mentioned, 4 matches to play for both of our teams after today's contest wraps up. Pac-12 season winding down, so here's what's on the docket for USC. They head home to host the Oregons, then head down to Tempe, and then back for their senior day against UCLA.
Well, that's good. That's kind of the one circled on my calendar. I get to work it, so I'm excited about it. But UCLA has really blown up since they struggled first half of the season, but they have been really good since they beat Stanford and had some nice wins. So that's a matchup that I'm looking forward to, and it'll be interesting to see if Brooke Botkin is healthy for USC.
Well, that's the hope for the Trojans, right? She has been out for quite a while since coming back from that long injury, getting to play Washington.
In her first match back. I was there for that as well. Ouch.
Just devastating, but good to see Brooke before the match today, smiling.
She's got knee pads on. That's nice.
If you need me, Coach, you see Brooke in the Trojan sweat, so that's what's coming up for USC. The final 4 matches for the California Golden Bears. They're all on the road after this, and as you mentioned, Holly, that tough mountain road trip.
Yeah, I would say Cal definitely has the tougher conference matches ahead.
The good thing for Cal is they have the better overall record right now, 20-5. Again, first 20-win season since 2011, and they have a great RPI as well, 30 right now.
Well, I think it's safe to say Cal will be in the NCAA tournament, well deserved after such an amazing season so far.
It's so great for the seniors like Maddie Haynes there, number 4, Savannah Maddie, number 16, after just a peaked in Valleyfield journey here at Cal. Finally, we'll get to go to their first NCAA tournament. Danger there on the Cal side of the net. Emma Smith tracks it down. Potter able to get it over. Goes on the slide, finds the back line. Match point USC.
Well, what was frustrating was there was a good pass on that last play, and I'm not sure what Isabel Potter was running to Forte. That was a missed opportunity in serve receive.
And that, after a great third and fourth sets, is going to do it here at Haas Pavilion as USC comes on the road and knocks off the 20th ranked Golden Bears.
Well, I thought we saw some good spurts from Cal, but they could not sustain that high level for long enough to push that fifth set.
So it looks like after knocking off the number 20 team in the country, these USC Trojans should be headed back to another NCAA tournament.
And I think they are a team that you do not want to play in that NCAA tournament once they get healthy.
Well, a lot of players coming back. We saw Kayla Nose, Emily Baptista just starting to get healthy, Brooke Bodkin just coming back, and Cal showed a ton of fight despite the loss here today.
They certainly did, and I think they learned something about themselves. They can still do better, but they want to go the distance in the NCAA tournament. They don't just want to get there.